Welcome back to the Cost of Silence, our Delta Green stream, where our group of agents is currently in Groversville, Tennessee, investigating some weirdness going on with several of the residents there. First of all, Billy Ray Spivey goes on a murderous rampage across several states, gets the FBI and Delta Green involved. Once the agents are there, they find his girlfriend, Jane Allen, several months pregnant, seemingly, nearly full-term pregnant, despite the fact that she hadn't been pregnant very recently before. Weirdness around several of the town officials who seem strangely hard to find, like Jane Allen's father. Weirdness around Scott Adams, an FBI, not FBI, a UFO conspiracy theorist in town looking for cattle mutilations, lights in the sky, things like that. But our agents found him dead in his motel room bathtub, seemingly dead by suicide. But they were, of course, very quickly attacked by his real killer, a strange little glob of flesh-colored goo. So the agents have been working on this for the better part of a day so far. Agent Harrington took Jane Allen to the nearby FBI field office in Knoxville for care, where her seemingly alien-born or strange baby was delivered and had to be destroyed nearly immediately. While you were there, though, you were given a spray bottle of a compound that's supposed to allow you to diagnose when someone or something has been infected with this protomatter, as the FBI's analysts are calling it. So, Blake Harrington is on her way back from Knoxville. Max is in your room, still kind of piling through Scott Adams's laptop. He's still in the process of pulling some of Adams's notes and materials off of there. Eli Yoder, I think, is currently at the local diner, waiting for Agent Harrington to show up. And Kurt Becker, when we left off with him, was trying to talk his way into town hall to see some of the government officials, members of the Council of Aldermen, if he can. They allegedly just had a small fire, and councilors were sent home for the day. But Travis was saying that he has some ideas. So you have basically said your goodbyes to the county sheriff, who heads home and continues working on this minor emergency with the fire in town hall. And you mentioned that you had some other ideas for what Kurt Becker could get up to. What are you going to do?
Well, who's in front of the town hall right now? Who's milling around? Who's watching it? And has the fire department showed up yet?
The fire department shows up at about the same time as you say your goodbyes to the sheriff. Milling around outside. I can't remember. I think I told you there was one of them milling around outside and kind of waiting for the firefighters.
That was Pete Jacobs and Merle Barn were
Okay.
both in front.
Yeah, okay. So Pete Jacobs, Merle Barn are there, and Sheriff Oakley is there. And Oakley is leading the firefighters in with, special extinguishers and stuff to show them where the fire started. Leaving you with Jacobs and Barn.
I just look at them. I gotta check. I forgot. I gotta check with the sheriff on something. I'm just walking in like I've got normal business. Basically, this is a test to see who, if anybody, tries to physically stop me.
Yeah. As you start for the door, up a few steps toward a double door, very typical glass with like a crash bar. You start to pull it open and you feel a hand on your chest, and Pete Jacobs is there, and he says, "Oh, hey, the fire department's got this handled. You don't need to worry about it." And Merle Barn is also looking at you. The way the two of them are watching you very pointedly sets off some alarm bells. What's Kurt gonna do?
I've run into this kind of thing before at the Omaha office. I could save you guys some time and money, so I just need to check with the sheriff right now. And I push more sternly, like I'm just pretending he's not there. Dude's gonna have to tackle me.
Why don't you go ahead and make a roll about it? I think this is gonna be straight strength roll.
All right. I didn't have my sheet up. I got it.
No problem.
It's not my sheet. That's Max's sheet.
Ha!
F Max. All right.
Okay. Critical success. Nice. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So you push a little bit more insistently, and you push in past Pete Jacobs's kind of restraining hand. You push that away. You note that is not as easy as you had hoped. You use leverage and you get past him, and you can make a break for it through those doors if you want. Neither of them have hands on you. But you immediately notice both of them start moving much faster. They leap toward you to try and grab you and pull you away from the door.
Man.
Do I see any firefighters? The sheriff? I mean, who's in what? What people, if any, are witness to this right now?
You know what?
Other than Max.
Let's let the dice decide. Let's do a luck roll.
All right. Am I doing that?
Yeah.
All right. I'll roll it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. You are so this is all in a quick moment. You push past Pete Jacobs. You look in past the glass doors into the town hall. There's a marble floored entryway to a staircase heading. Staircase behind that entryway, one staircase going up, one going down, and you can see the two of them, the local, the last firefighter in the line, and Dan Oakley, just taking the bend on the stairs down. So they're just stepping out of sight, and just as you're making a break for the door, you lose sight of that firefighter, and you're just looking at at Sheriff Oakley, and he is looking back very pointedly with the same focus that set alarm bells off for you with Jacobs and Barn. But they rush forward to try to tackle you. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm kind of walking briskly. We'll see how. I mean, they may disrupt it. I'm walking briskly, eye contact with Sheriff, holding up a finger, like, "Hey, I got something to share with you." And it's
Okay.
important. So it's not. I'm not running. I'm not walking. It's like it's full official business, lawman to lawman strut.
Sure. Okay. So what's going to happen here is, they are no longer kidding around. They are going to try and bodily restrain you. So I need. Let's see. You can try to roll to get away from them before they can grab you. I'm thinking that might be in athletics if you want to run for it, but in essence, they're not even bothering to be subtle. They're just going to try to grab you. And you can sense that, and you can either start running full out, or you can, turn, fight them, let them do what they want, but you're either running full out or they're reaching you.
Let's run full out.
Okay. Roll your athletics. 16. Very, very good. Okay. Let's see. You rip the door open. You start running. You hear a crash as the plate glass window shatters against Merle Barnes' hand, where he was trying to reach for you. Pete Jacobs falls to the floor, trying to grab you by the ankles, and you just run into the building. And oh wow, that's a 99. That is a fumble. There's a potted plant by the front door, just in front of the glass windows where it can get plenty of light. Why are we not on the town hall view? Here we go. Anyway, so you rush in through those front doors. There is a potted plant by the window, and it falls over almost in your way, as if it were trying to trip you somehow. And you realize that this tall, maybe 7-foot tall, indoor fig tree just happened to fall over in front of you as you try to run into the building. You see nothing that touched it, but you are still just running flat out. Does this change anything about what Kurt is doing? You can also see Sheriff Oakley. He stopped at the bottom of the stairs down to the basement, and he is just staring at you.
I'm going at this point, I've gathered some important information. I'm just going for the sheriff again, finger up. Sheriff, we've got another important matter. This is time sensitive. I need to talk to you. I need to loop you in. And I'm just going to pretend like everything I didn't like I just didn't see what I just I'm single-minded, and I'm just like, Sheriff, I have to talk to you about lawman stuff.
And he glares at you for a good half second, and then his face just goes into a welcoming smile, and he says, Sure, come on down this way. And he gestures you toward the basement.
I smell doom.
They're gonna lock you up in there.
Yeah, no, I'm not walking through the basement. Sheriff, we have received some tips. We have reason to believe that Jane Allen is a missing persons case at this point with the possibility of foul play. It's really important that you share any other information you have. I mean, who's seen her last, who's talked to her last, who claims to have seen her last. We have reason to believe through our tip line that she is in danger.
Now, as you're saying this, the door is open behind you, and Pete Jacobs and Merle Barn walk in and kind of complete the triangle as Sheriff Oakley walks forward to come closer to you as you're speaking to him. They all stop about 5 feet away from you, but very pointedly surrounding you. And Sheriff Oakley is still smiling at you, saying, "You're believing this is a missing persons case? Well, of course we have to take that seriously. Pete, Merle, let's all head down to the records, and you got some extra police report forms down there, right? Yeah, let's put in an actual report just so that I can get my expenses covered, and then we're gonna get on that missing persons absolutely right away. Next thing." And he ever so slowly is edging in toward you. All three are
I'm walking for the door. It's like, we've got some other agents in motion. I got a van coming in, so...
Okay, Merle Barn dives, basically tries to put his shoulder into your back to tackle you down. Okay, that is a 32 under 120, so that is a success. He does manage to run into you. If you want, you could roll your dodge against that. Basically, if you can get a success with a higher number or a critical. Okay. 80 over 30. You're talking, and you just feel this blow from behind as Merle Barn slams you to the ground and pins you. Merle Barn is an old guy. He's like 75. But it's like you just got hit by a professional linebacker. And he is moving to try, and he starts trying to grab your wrists to pull you in and pin you. Meanwhile, Pete Jacobs is going to rush forward and 42 over 35 is a failure. He smashes a fist down into the marble floor next to your head, where you happen to jerk out of the way and don't take any damage, but you watch as the marble of the floor cracks in a spiderweb pattern right next to you. And that fist that hit you didn't have 5 fingers. It was just one big rocky protuberance the size of a normal human fist. And then Sheriff Oakley is going to rush forward, and he is going to try to kick you in the face. And that's a 46 over 35. You're wriggling, and you're able to pull out of the way of that. So, Merle Barn has you basically on your face, on the floor, but he's just managed to tackle you down. He hasn't managed to grab your arms or anything like that. He's just on top of you from behind. What are you doing here?
I turn, get one last look. I want to see, okay, what's my exit? Like, if I free myself, what is the straight line out of here? And I make a quick visual reference of that. And then I close my eyes. I open my mouth. I pull out one of my flashbangs and just flick it like a foot or two away from me. You know, if it's close to one of those guys, fingers in my
Nice.
ears. Like I'm just like I'm ready. I mean, it's going to affect me, but I know what's coming, and to deal with the pressure, got fingers in my ears. I have my mouth open. I have my eyes closed. And after it goes off, I'm going to open my eyes, remember that vector, and I am Usain bolting it out that door.
Excellent. Okay, so you pull the pin on that. I believe that use of a grenade is going to fall either under athletics for throwing it or demolitions. I'm going to say this sounds more like a demolitions because you're just trying to set it off right next to you, right?
Well, I mean, these are not precision weapons, like, in the
Totally.
hallway. I'm not trying to put it, like, trying to put it in my vicinity. I'm not trying to, like, superplace it.
So
I'm
you're
basically
essentially
trying
just
to underhand chuck it, like a
Sure.
like a shortstop underhand flicking it to a second baseman kind of thing.
all right.
But if that's still demolitions, cool. I'll roll that. I think I have 0 in demolitions.
Let me see.
One could argue for like some sort of athletics for like accuracy
I
purposes.
mean, if they're
Yeah.
all on me, I'm not even trying to really throw it. I'm just trying
Totally.
to have it. I'm just trying to like set it down next to me. I'm not even trying to put it anywhere. It's
Is there a
just take it out and
finesse?
deploy
Hold
it.
on, we gotta look at the.
Yeah, I found it. It is supposed to be athletics. So go ahead and roll your athletics.
Ha!
3.
Nice. Okay, and stun grenades. There we go. Flashbang grenade thrown. Athletics. You pull the pin. You drop the spoon, and there is a sudden blam, blows out all the windows in the room. And I'm actually just trying to figure out how flashbangs are supposed to work here. It lists a victim's penalty. So I'm going to make a guess here. And I'm just going to say that that means that being around that is difficult. You succeeded on your athletics, so the grenade goes where you want it to. The grenade goes off. You are now at a minus 40% to doing everything as your. Well, actually, again, we could make a roll out of that. Go ahead and give me a Constitution roll. Let's see if you're.
I'm not saying like, you know, the whole mouth open, eyes closed, fingers and ears. That's not like a magic cure-all.
Right. I'm
But
basically
I am less affected than anybody else around.
Yeah, I'm seeing if we can turn a minus 40% for you into like a minus 20%.
Oh.
All right, 86 over 55. So it goes off. You thought you were ready for it, but like you've set maybe one other of these off in your entire life, and it was not inside. It was not like this. You find yourself disoriented, trying to run for it. So yeah, you drop this grenade. It goes off. You're running for it. Go ahead and make me an athletics check with that minus 40%.
That would be -6. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, that's not happening. You try to run for it, and something wraps around your leg. It's the ficus. The ficus has wrapped around your leg and is squeezing down like handcuff and it's starting to dig into your skin. And it pulls you off of your feet. Oakley, Barn, and Jacobs gather around you, kind of skittering across the floor. Barn is still kind of on top of you, holding you down, trying to get your hands. They're not saying anything. They are completely quiet. Of course, you only hear the screeching in your ears as the enormous overpressure seems to have done something to your eardrums.
Where the fuck is Max?
Max is in your motel room.
He came with me to the town hall. I thought.
I don't think so. I don't remember that anyway. This flashbang has disoriented you more than the others around you. And you start feeling blows raining down on you. First for 3 damage, then for 9. Where does that take you in your in Kurt's hit points?
Dead.
12. That's... Yeah. You're max 11, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. So we will cut away from Kurt Becker. We will cut away to the R&R Diner, where the van that you were loaned by the FBI, the van full of surveillance equipment, pulls up. Agent Jennifer at the wheel, and Eli, you had maybe just ordered a coffee and you were gonna meet everyone here. You see Max walking over from Merle's shut-eye. You don't see Kurt anywhere, but Max and Blake walk in to take a seat across from you. Little do you know what Kurt Becker is going through elsewhere in the town.
Yeah, I guess. Damn. So yeah, I guess we're just like, what's going on, you guys? I just had this insane experience on my drive, which I kind of told you about over the phone.
Max is like, well, insane. I mean, if you want to talk about insane, you should take a look at Scott Adams's computer. That guy was nuts. Whatever was going on with him, I don't know why.
I would actually love the distraction. So I guess we'll just be like relaying our insane stories.
There was a baby being born. There was a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Those are things you
little,
generally
like,
don't
freaky
want to
alien
associate
baby.
with each other.
No. It was really extreme. There is definitely something messed up going on here. We need to figure this out as soon as possible. I'm worried that it's gonna like spread somehow. Like, I don't know. What if there's some other weird baby thing around? And it like goes to another city and we don't know where it is. I don't know how to track alien babies.
Max kind of gives a shrug. What's Eli think of all of this?
Can we remind me what was on the computer actually?
Oh, on the
Does anybody
computer
remember?
was Player Aid 1 and Player Aid 2. This is what
Okay.
you've found so far, these two...
Oh, that's right. The freaky, like...
Yeah, the gibberish note about extrasensory perception and whatnot. And then there were also his notes about where he was going, who he was talking to, and so Max is kind of talking you through this, and he's apparently found, here he's got a half dozen people with full contact information, even more with questionable contact information around town who supposedly saw things, at least according to Scott Adams. Whatever ultimately led to him being dead in that room, I mean, it could... I think Max thinks that maybe Scott Adams found something, and whatever he found might be one of these people, one of these notes about something strange he found. But while you're talking, while you are catching each other up on what you've been up to, I would like an alertness roll for all of you, and I will roll for Max.
Alertness, you said, right?
Yep.
Alertness. Ooh, success. Go me.
Okay.
Listen, I've just been through some shit.
Yeah.
I am not feeling very alert.
Yeah, you're drinking coffee, your stream of consciousness going over all of the stuff, meeting with Derringer again, and not being sure if you were going to be able to get the girl to help soon enough, the incredible violence, and Max is just like agape at all of this. He is fully not paying attention to you, he is fully paying attention to you, fully absorbed is what I was trying to say, by your story of the killer alien baby. He's like, this is like something out of something out of a horror movie. This is like body horror. This is like The Fly. And so he's talking about that. Eli, you're listening to what Blake has been talking about, and you're listening to Max relaying the notes he found on Scott Adams' computer. And then you hear a thump, kind of a ringing thump that I think feels familiar to somebody with army training. You know the sound of a grenade going off. It's something that you have been trained to fear. It's something you've trained, while you were in Kuwait, while you were in Iraq. there would be, splinter units taking pot shots with mortars, and it's a similar sound that you hear. Just the echo, something far away, exploded.
Okay.
But it's you're sure that was no backfire. That was some sort of grenade.
And I apologize. Where am I at right this moment?
So you, Max, and Blake are just sitting around the table at the R&R diner.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't want to alert anybody, but I just heard. I'm certain that what I heard was a grenade pop off. Where did our dear compatriot say he was going?
Max just says he said he was gonna check in on the sheriff.
Do you know? And where would he be checking on the sheriff right now?
Well, he was saying he wanted to get in town hall and track down some of these aldermen. I also... He leans over the table and he just whispers to you, I gave him a bug for the sheriff's office.
How about I suggest that we... I think we should drive by there, make sure nothing weird's going on, because... Or at least try to get him on the horn, because I only know one person carrying around
I'll try and call
grenades
him.
in
I'll try
a
his phone.
civilian.
Okay. Yeah, you pull your phone out, you dial.
Wait, you bring the bag phone in here? Or do you have the big phone with you?
There is a car phone, but I think Blake has her own cell phone. It's 96. Okay. They're not that uncommon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have a cell phone.
So yeah, you flip down the little speaker on the front and dial Kurt's number, and the call goes through. It begins to ring. I'm going to say it rings 5 times, and then someone picks up. There's the quiet beep as somebody allows the call to go through, but then nothing.
Just dead air.
Dead air.
Can I hear them breathing?
Go ahead and let's make another check about it. This feels like... I'm going to say your choice of alertness or SIGINT.
Okay. Yes. Well, I have a 60 in SIGINT, so I'll be doing that.
Okay. Nice. So you listen, and there's no breathing. That's the creepy thing you're expecting. What you hear is a scrape, and then the sound of several of the keys on Kurt's phone being mashed. You hear the kind of discordant tones of several numbers being mashed at once. And then a loud crack, and the call ends.
Kurt? Kurt? Are you okay, Kurt? What's going on?
Your instinct for what just happened is that you heard no breathing, you heard no moving, you heard no voices. What that sounded like was a cell phone that is being slowly crushed.
We gotta get over there. We gotta go to a town hall right now. There's something going on.
Say no more. I'm gonna drop a 20 on the counter to pay for whatever it is that we not paid for yet.
That probably does cover it too. Can you
that
imagine?
pays for everything plus the tip. I'll be honest.
Dang.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember being able to go to a Denny's back in the 90s for like $4. It's,
Oh my god, those were the days.
So
Anyway, we gotta get over there as fast as possible. I'm gonna try calling the phone again.
as you pay up and you start to walk out of the diner, you get out to the car as you're dialing Kurt's number again, and this time you get the doo-doo-doo. This number is no longer in service.
Oh god. We gotta go. Let's go. Faster.
Whose car are you getting in? I think Kurt had his over at the sheriff's office.
I guess whichever one that
Yeah, whichever
Jen
one
drove.
I just drove back here.
Okay, so the FBI
With
van.
the van. Yeah.
The three of you pile in, pull out onto the 135 and head a couple of stops over. You cut over to Main Street, and as you turn right, and you can see the sheriff's office ahead of you, or I don't know, maybe you're turning left at Sinclair Gas, or where Sinclair Gas and Go is on this map. But you turn left here. Town hall is off to your right. There's the church over here. You can see the jail and the sheriff's office and the courthouse down ahead of you. And you see Kurt Becker walking along Main Street in the direction of the RR Diner. Hands in his pockets, looking as brooding and concerned as ever. But he is very much alone, and doesn't look particularly upset. It just looks like he's maybe on his way toward the diner.
Yeah, so let's screech to a halt on the side of the road. Roll down the window. And holler at him. Kurt!
You all right?
And he looks over at you, and he just kind of waves and turns to head over to your van. He gets in through the back, and he says, "Sheriff, town hall, that's all a wash. I planted that bug, but I don't know if anything's going to come of it. They just had a fire at town hall. All the...
Wait. What happened to your phone? I was just trying to call you, and it sounded like your phone was being crushed."
He says, my phone, and he kind of checks his pockets, and he says, I don't know, I must have dropped it. I don't have it.
Well, get your shit together, man. You scared the crap out of me. We just rushed over here to make sure you were okay.
I'm really sorry about that. No, I'm completely fine. Let's go get some dinner, and let's talk about what to do next, because sheriff's, he'll probably be more help and more likely to say something we want to hear if we kind of leave that whole side of town alone. I'm thinking maybe we start chasing down some of those leads from Scott Adams's computer. Maybe talk to some of these people who saw crop circles and whatnot.
I want to make a human or a or something.
Yeah.
Kurt does not say any of these things. This is not how we have not been together long.
Yep.
I have never once heard him
I
apologize
was
for
thinking the
anything.
same thing. Can we both do that?
Yeah, go for
Can we
it.
both be human?
And I'm gonna get Max in on this too.
Oh, utter failure. Oh, seems fine.
Oh
I guess he's just in a humble mood today. Oh, that's a nice one. Look at that. 3.
All right, so
The guy's not being nice to me.
Max says, "Hey, you've never apologized once in your life," and he doesn't really get much out of that. But you know, it's unusual for Max with a human of 13 to catch on something. Blake, this isn't right. That's he's far too relaxed. Actually, Kurt Becker is a ball of nerves and neuroses, and suspicion, and he would never say that was a waste of time, or you know, he would never give up on something like this. Something is very, very wrong.
I'm gonna, like, make a face at Eli.
Uh-huh.
What kind of face? Like the
Like
hell?
I don't know, just like a look behind Kurt's back that's just like suspicious. Like, I'm suspicious. And then we'll have to talk one time when
Yeah,
Kurt's not
I
here.
think because of my role there, I think Eli's just gonna shrug. Like I don't know. I was suspicious, but I don't know the guy well enough. You know, I could have imagined that. Maybe it's been a long day.
Blake is gonna keep being suspicious and like watching him.
So I'm going to assume Blake's driving. Eli's in the front passenger seat. Max is in the one of the operator seats in the back, and Kurt has taken the other one. Just a swiveling chair set up there for somebody watching CCTVs, listening to bugs. In the back of the van, next to Kurt's seat, is the milk crate with several spray bottles and a tub of that
That's right.
strange spray that you've told everyone about now, and that is supposed to fluoresce when exposed to this protomatter.
And Kurt knows about it, right?
No.
Ah, good. Yes.
Kurt
Good.
was not at the diner. Max looks at Blake, looks at the spray bottles, looks back at Blake, kind of raises an eyebrow.
Blake, I'd like Blake to do a little nod, like, yep, yes, go.
And Max says, "Oh, hey, Kurt, this is something new from the office. This spray is supposed to allow us to figure out who's had exposure."
Can I interrupt
to this.
him?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I don't want him to tell him
Sure.
what the spray is. I'll interrupt him and say something like, "Oh, it's a spray that is meant to, like, we put it on ourselves, and then, like, it maybe protects us from something called protomatter. We don't know what that is."
You're knocking this out of the park.
Go. You can roll persuade. Let's see if Jennifer or if Blake Harrington is saying this any smoother.
I hope so.
Oh my god. Okay, persuasion. I have a 70.
Nice.
Persuade.
Yeah, no problem. So, This comes out straight, and
I'm just like not a good liar in real life.
Max just looks at Kurt and gives him a couple of sprays, and Kurt like pulls back. He's like, that stinks. What is this? And Blake, you've still got the UV flashlight that they gave you just in your pocket.
Can I just hand it to Max? Be like, oh yeah, here. Like, I'm just not even gonna try and explain anything. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, or you could turn it on from where you are.
I'm driving. That feels unsafe.
I don't think you're like at highway speed. You picked Kurt up, and you're just like idling your way down Main Street, which is nearly empty.
Okay.
So yeah, you pull that UV filtered flashlight out. You click the back to turn it on. You shine it in back, and
oh my god!
Everywhere that solution hit Kurt, and you can see drips down his face and his clothes. Everything that hit, on or around Kurt's body, lights up.
Oh shit!
And it's not the tracery of scars that you saw on Billy Ray Spivey. It is it's everything. It's all of Kurt. And Kurt is just smiling as you shine this light on him. And he says...
Is he smiling, like, freakily? Like, is he doing, like, a freaky smile? Like, or is he just like, la 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 la?
He is doing a very benign, kind of welcoming smile. And he just opens his mouth and says, Blake, or no, he would say, Agent Jennifer, why are you shining that flashlight at me? And you would note that where he says Agent Jennifer, or where I said Agent Jennifer, he said your fake FBI alias that you were here on this town. Kurt should know that you go by Agent Jennifer. Agent Jennifer should be what he calls you. He calls you instead, like, Agent Signalhouse. Your fake...
Jennifer is my fake name. Blake Harrington is my real name.
So there is your real name, Blake Harrington. There is Agent Jennifer, which is the name that you tell Delta Green. You are technically not supposed to tell your fellow agents what your real name is. And then there is the fake FBI ID that you were given to come to Groversville, which is yet a third name. And I didn't have you guys pick those out because I knew exactly how confusing this was going to get.
Yep.
So there we go.
Okay. So he says he should know better than to use that name.
Exactly.
Oh, God. I would like to attempt to play it cool. This is another thing that real life me is not good at, but I suspect Blake could be good at. Yeah, so I'll just say, like, oh, I just wanted to make sure that the spray got on you.
You know what?
Good enough.
And Max and Eli all realize that this is not right. You all realize all the same things at the same moment.
Yep.
And I would like a power roll from all three of you as you try to, like, hold it together and hide your sudden realization.
Oh, I succeeded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought too. I was like, oh wow, okay, great.
Oh, you got a nice 20 under 70. I got 72 under 80.
Yeah, so Blake and Eli, both of you, kind of look at each other and, like, something passes between you that says, play it cool. And then Max just says, oh, hey, it's supposed to light up protomatter.
Oh
And you
my
hear
God.
Max go, oh, shit.
Max!
And we will transition into action time again as Kurt's smile gets wider and wider and spreads across his face like the fucking cartoon Grinch.
I don't like that.
His smile grows impossibly wide, and he lunges at Max. We're gonna go into a turn order here. You know what? We don't need the actual turn order window there. But tell me your dexterity scores.
10.
10?
10.
Okay.
Plus 10.
8.
Okay. And Max also has 10. And Kurt has 15. So Kurt is going to rush forward. He tries to move around Max, just kind of pushing him aside as he reaches forward toward Blake, trying to get a hold of the steering wheel and wrestle control of the car out of your hands. I would like a strength check from you.
I would like to not be killed. Or car crashed.
Okay, so both of you succeed. Kurt succeeds with a 67, where you succeeded with a 36. So if both of you succeed, the higher number is the one that edges out. So you put up a really good fight as you try and hold onto the steering wheel, and you're shoving Kurt's arms away and fighting back as he tries to get a hold of the steering wheel. But since he won the contested roll, the strange thing that you notice is a foot that smashes down on the accelerator, and the engine of your van screams as you begin to accelerate as hard as this overloaded FBI van accelerates as hard as it can straight down Main Street.
I have an idea.
So that is Kurt's turn, and he's sort of wrapped around Blake's seat from behind. Two arms trying to fight for the steering wheel, but doesn't quite have a hold there. And then a leg is like bent the wrong direction so that he can push his right foot against the accelerator.
Oh my god.
So Max and Eli are going to go next together. What would Eli be doing?
I'm going to try and put him into a sleeper hold.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to try and do. I know this is probably going to be pointless, but I mean, his first reaction would be try to get him away from, the driver.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are we looking at here?
That sounds like an unarmed combat roll.
I got 50-50 shot. Oh, just over 53 over 50.
Okay. So you reach over around Kurt's neck and you start to squeeze, and you get the hold right. The problem is that it's like you're giving a you're trying to do a sleeper hold on a dummy that's made entirely out of silly putty. It's all the color of Kurt's natural skin tone, but as you just squeeze through his neck. Your arm moves through his neck, and he kind of slumps his head down, his forehead meets his chest, and then reforms his neck and head outside of the loop of your arm. And you instantly know you are dealing with nothing human.
Good. That's good.
Max isn't very armed. I think he's just going to be trying to pull Kurt off of Blake so that you don't crash the freaking car. And so with a 70 over 40, Max is like trying to pull on Kurt from the shoulders and trying to pull him back and away from Blake. And he fully just pulls Kurt's entire torso away from his arms and legs, and with like a loud, wet popping noise, the torso comes away in Max's arms, and a new Kurt face starts to form out of this torso-sized lump of protomatter, while the two arms, the two legs, and the head are still clinging onto Blake's driver's seat. So that is the situation when we get to Blake's turn.
Oh my god.
Best of luck.
Okay, so here's my question. I have this idea in my head of a thing that I want to do, but it requires people to be buckled in.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well-
like, what I'd like to do is, like, scream at people, like, buckle up,
Yeah.
and then do the thing? I can't remember, is there some sort of, like, hold action sort of thing where I can, like, tell people to do the thing and then wait for, like, a second to see if they are able to do that
Yeah, totally.
before I do my thing?
It's been a little bit longer than I like since I have run combat in this system, but I'm just going to assume that it's like Dragonbane, and you can just kind of hold your turn. You're on hold at the beginning of the next round and can kind of go anytime you want, including before the protomatter spawn.
Okay, so pretty much what I'm trying to do is say, buckle up.
And I'm sure
then-
everyone already was buckled up, so...
So, I guess I'm hoping the idea is that the protomatter guy, Proto-Kurt, is, like, if he is buckled, then, like, what I want to do is speed up and then crash into something so that Proto-Kurt, like, onto the windshield, and everyone else is okay because we're all buckled up.
Yeah, cool. I have good and bad news.
Ah,
I love when I hear that.
So what I'm going to say here is you can make a drive check.
okay. I don't think I have very much driving skills.
To quote a particular character, we're doomed.
Yeah, I got a 20
Nah, we're gonna be fine.
Okay.
in drive.
Kurt
This
would
is
never
like
hurt
a
his mission.
classic thing that they teach women to do. Like if
Yeah.
there's somebody in their back seat that you like actually should like speed up and crash into something.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
I wish you luck.
Ah, yes. Here's the question. What does the failure even mean at this point? I'm trying to crash into something.
Yeah, you are. What that roll was for is your ability to choose what you crash into.
Okay.
So that's not happening. So the good and the bad news here are actually the same. The good news is you have no problem speeding up and crashing into something, because that is also Protokurt's plan. He is stomping on the accelerator, trying to rip the wheel away from you. And I'm going to say that since you failed that drive check, what happens here is one of his arms, like the Addams family, like pulls itself by its fingers over to the wheel. With its hand, it grabs onto the wheel. It then forms another hand where the elbow should be and grabs onto your door. And they constrict together, just shortening that whole limb to keep the door closed and to keep the wheel pointed where it wants. So the engine strains as you accelerate. In the course of seconds, you go from low speed. You were idling along at like 15 miles per hour. At this point, I'm going to say you're up to about 45, and you can see that the protomatter spawn there is slowly starting to turn the wheel. You were driving.
I'm sorry. Do you mean Protokurt?
Protokurt. Yes. You drive past the bank of the valley. You see the county utility office with the big electrical substation set up outside. And it pulls the wheel and it's angling you toward that substation. I'm going to make a drive check. So I guess in this case, we'll make it just a straight dexterity check for Protokurt. That is a critical success. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
I love that.
Great.
I love that for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So it has hold of the wheel, and it is powering this van with all three of your surviving agents on board, and all of your evidence, and all of your equipment, and you are going about 45, rapidly coming up to 55, 65, and headed straight for an electrical substation when we get to Eli and Max's turn.
Okay. So grabbing him didn't work. Well, I'm thinking in the moment here. What do I... He has one head, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is still smiling creepily, and it's perched on the headrest of Blake's seat.
Is it looking out the window? Like it's
It
having
is.
to see?
Yeah. It is. It's watching out the window, eyes completely fixed on that substation. And it is grinning like it's sprouted little spider legs like the thing. And it's just grinning, and it begins to laugh in Kurt's voice as it's accelerating your van toward this substation.
Wait, I do not want to fire a gun inside of a car. So I basically want to just, you know how you said his skin kind of felt like silly putty?
Yeah.
My goal here is to essentially wrap my hands around the face where the eyes are and just pull them out.
Okay.
I want to try and temporarily blind him.
Whoa.
Nice.
Look, I'm thinking very quickly. And I'm thinking I could shoot it, and I could miss, and that could hit somebody else, or also it's gonna make everyone deaf.
Okay, yeah. It sounds like unarmed combat to me.
I'm on a good. Oh crap! That's
All right.
76.
So you you absolutely do wrap your hands around Kurt's eyes and you block his view, and through that big smile, the bottom of his face starts to hinge open. There's no tongue. There are multiple rows of pointed teeth like a shark. And a pair of eyes sprout, arranged longitudinally along his tongue. And that sticks out to watch out the front windows.
Like that.
Max... Max is gonna try his best to get out of this freaking van.
At 65 miles an hour.
Yep, better that than going straight into the substation.
You're not wrong. No, I needed a new character anyway.
So what he's gonna do is he's gonna rip that side door open, and just fling himself out. So I'm gonna give him an athletics roll. That will be a failure. So, Max throws himself out of the van, and he is going to tuck and roll and land pretty badly. Let me see. I'm gonna say falling out of a car at just below highway speed. Let's say that's somewhere around the same range of damage as getting hit by a baseball bat, at least.
Yeah.
Sure. So that's gonna be D6 of damage to him. Okay, so Max is down to 8 out of 11 hit points. He tucks and rolls. And I'm just gonna record that he's got road rash for his injuries.
He got off pretty late.
Yep. Okay, so that brings us back to Blake. Your plan was, you yelled, "Everyone buckle up." I think Eli already was. Max jumps out of the car. You already were buckled up. But you didn't end up really doing a lot with your held action, so I'm just gonna let you go again on your turn.
Okay. Can I try to yank the wheel?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess any direction, because at this point we'll just crash
Yep.
anywhere.
Yep. Okay. This is going to be another opposed strength roll. You can use athletics, if that's better.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Hey! Hey! That's pretty good.
You get a success with a 2, and Protokurt gets a critical success with an 88. Critical success beats normal success.
Son of
Unfortunate. So you yank the wheel. I'm going to say this buys you literally seconds as you're able to swerve the car away from that substation, and you get it going reasonably straight down Main Street again. You fly past Merle's shut-eye. The van is now up to about 65. You're up to highway speed, and...
Are we breaking the speed limit yet? Where are the cops?
This
You
town
are
is just going the pot, man.
you are doubling the speed limit. But nobody's had a chance to really react yet, and there is a natural curve in the road coming up. So, as we come back around to the top of the round with Protokurt. Protokurt doesn't like having his plans change, so he's just going to try to, with that other hand, he's going to try to grab Blake by, like, the front of the blouse. And try to, like, pull her head down to smash it into the steering wheel.
Rude.
That's an 83.
Can I resist that somehow?
Well, that's an 83 over 35, so it fails.
Oh, okay.
So it tries to grab you. You kind of, like, whack that one arm away. It flies past Eli's face, kind of, like, splats against Eli's window. So now you've got one arm that is tying the steering wheel to the driver's side door. You've got a head on top of your headrest. Two legs. One is holding down the accelerator, the other is unaccounted for. And the torso is back in the back of the van. Max just shoved it off himself and tossed himself out the side of the van. And you are no closer to slowing down. But now, at this speed, any kind of a crash is getting very hazardous. So will
somebody
bring
needs to pull
us...
the e-brake.
Yeah, that will bring us to Eli again. You're still buckled in the passenger seat. This, what was once Protokurt's right arm has flown past your face and kind of thudded off the window next to you and lands in your lap and starts, like, wriggling around in your lap.
Okay. This van, if I'm in the passenger side seat, would it be possible for me to stomp on the brakes?
It would be a little bit difficult, but I think you could absolutely try to do that.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of a desperation mode.
Yeah,
issue.
I'm gonna say you can choose your choice of either dexterity for straight, like, flexibility, trying to get your your left knee around the console and stretch it out over in front of Jennifer. So either straight dexterity with a minus 20% or drive with minus 20%.
That's 20% versus 30%. I had two plans. One could kill us. This one could just fail. Well, alright. 30%, guys. Go. I gotta roll low sometime. Not today.
Oh, and it's a fumble. 55 over dexterity. Over 55 over 50.
Yep.
Okay.
So bad.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So you're trying and that what was once Kurt's right leg gets in your way, and you're unable to get your foot over to slam on the brake, or I'm gonna say in all of this wriggling around, if you want to, like, unbuckle or buckle or otherwise just minorly move yourself in the seat, that would be fine. But that'll bring us to Blake. The van is still screaming. It's the engine is redlining at this point. And you are watching the speedometer go from 65 up to 70. The van's not going to go a whole lot faster than that.
Okay.
What
Can
are
I pull
you
the
doing?
e-brake?
Yeah, you can certainly reach down and yeah.
I wish I would have thought of that. Oh, I
Okay.
should have. I'm an idiot. I just
I mean,
thought
do you
of,
want to retcon something? Do you have something
I
cooler?
thought of something way simpler.
What is it?
Turn the car off,
Ah, yes.
which is something my driver instructors did to me when I
Yep.
was in the driver's test.
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
What
I was on
happens?
one, you can't accelerate anymore. Your power steering goes out. And everything reverts to manual. So if you've ever tried to turn the wheel of a car without power steering, it's real hard. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was on an off ramp, and he just went here, click,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
dude.
after the fact,
You should
I'm
totally
like,
do that.
I should have just done that. Ah,
Okay.
well,
I don't believe in metagaming, so I've been sitting at home for the last 15, 20 minutes going, why nobody is putting this frickin' thing in neutral right now is beyond me.
Listen, we're all having panic brain
Yep.
syndrome.
Yep.
We none
Yeah,
of us
like-
are thinking very well.
Throw it in neutral and throw the keys out the window. That's all you gotta do.
man, we were going for so many complicated things. I'm just thinking, just turn the car off. Just or neutral. I don't know.
Yep.
Ugh. Well,
Um,
if I die, we know whose fault it is.
I'll tell you what, I think some of this might occur to Blake, and you could try to, like, one hand throw it in neutral, the other hand hits the emergency brake, or the parking brake. Those things
Yeah.
together, and I'm assuming this is like a Chevy van. I have driven a lot of those, and they have a lot of the controls right up on the console, not like down next to you. So there's not much of a reach either. So again, I'm going to say this is a drive check to just like throw it into neutral or turn it off,
Okay.
and to hit the e-brake.
Okay, great.
I just noticed, by the way, Colby, all the skills I've attempted to use today all have check marks.
Oh my god.
Well, we've gotten some fails today.
Oh, thank God.
18 under 20. Excellent.
Wow.
So tell me exactly what Blake does to the car.
I think I will reach down to pull the e-brake, attempt to put the car in neutral, and then I guess if the weird arm doesn't let me get it into neutral, my next move will be to pull the keys out.
Yeah, so you flip the lever to neutral, the shifter to neutral, and the engine goes from like you flip it to neutral and it just goes just one solid note as it disconnects from the transmission, and spins freely. You reach down and pull the e-brake, and you start to slow down as Protokurt continues to steer you straight into a power line pole. And because of your actions, you're being able to essentially throw it in neutral and start slowing it down. I'm going to say that this crash happens at around 35-40. instead of 65-70.
That seems better.
Yeah.
Does seem better. I think we might live.
Yes.
Whew.
I mean, maybe. No way to know for sure.
So this is...
We're still in the car with Proto Kurt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A car crash at moderate speed, what you actually do is you roll half of the vehicle's maximum hit points as a lethality rating. I looked it up. Maximum hit points is 30 on a van like this. So I'm going to roll D100. And I really wish we had a, Dimension 20 style Box of Doom or something here, because lethality rating here means if I roll under, everyone in the car is dead.
Well,
If I roll over, then it's just straight damage.
Wait. What are you trying to roll under?
15.
No.
So 15% chance of instant death.
We're all gonna die.
or not.
That is a 90 over 15, so it is not instantly lethal.
Great.
What happens then, if you fail the lethality, is you treat each of those as an individual D10. So, unfortunately, that's a 9 and a 10. So both of you take 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. Well, I got some news for you, fam. I got 13 hit points maximum.
I
Uh-huh.
have 10 hit points maximum.
So how do I,
So that brings you both to 0.
That brings me to dead.
So,
Well,
Oh,
my
no!
current hit points are 7.
uh-huh.
That means
That doesn't change
you're,
anything.
You're more dead.
0 equals dead, regardless.
Oh my god.
no.
Dead?
Dead.
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 Everybody's dead!
Not everybody.
So
Wait,
you,
is Max dead?
no, Max is not dead. And
we don't
actually,
know.
what
Yeah.
I'm thinking here is you're having a very serious car accident, but you're also doing it down the block from an emergency room. So, we're getting toward the end of our time tonight anyway. And I will kind of...
So next session we all wake up in the ER.
yeah, I'll decide... Well, actually... you know what? It's a 30-mile-per-hour crash. I've been in one of those. They suck. It's not easy to crash a car at 30 miles per hour.
Horrible.
But I feel like 19 damage might be much for this. So rather than adjudicating this like it was a hand grenade going off, I'm going to just downgrade how I roll the damage.
Okay.
Well, okay, the dice are trying to tell me a story here. I rolled a 5 and a 6 on 2d6, which is still going to kill both of you.
A 5 and
I
a
think
6.
we have to be dead,
Um,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
roll. I want both of you to do luck rolls for me. And this is just going to determine whether emergency services gets to you in time. And if your character can wake up in a hospital room. Okay. So, the last thing that Eli and Blake see, the last thing you hear is the screaming engine of the van. You watch as a light pole seems to rush toward you, and then it's just blackness. And we kind of pull out of the point of view of any of our player characters. There's a white panel van, its side door open, its engine smoking as a wooden power pole. You snap the power pole and it comes down on top of the van. You're lucky that the firefighters are nearby. They get you out of the van quickly enough. But we just see, drenched in blood, Blake Harrington and Eli Yoder as they're pulled out by the firefighters and rushed off to the nearest ER. Max pulls himself up, looking at the raw red scratches on his hands and elbows and knees, and he looks around the town and he just starts limping down the road toward you. He ends up going to the hospital along with you. When the firefighters come to the van,
They find Kurt.
there's no sign of Kurt.
No Kurt.
As far as they can tell, the two of you just, for some reason, crashed your car in the middle of town. And as our view kind of cranes upward away from this crash site, and then we pan up and we fly along Main Street, we take a right and we approach Town Hall. And we fly in through the double front doors. And there is Kurt's body. His shoulders seem to just end in a puddle of blood as we pan along his body. And then our view flies down the stairs into the basement, where a writhing mass of flesh begins to sprout a face.
What face? Whose face?
And I'm finally going to show you what is in that place. It is the face of Jane Allen's father. It screams as it is subsumed back down into the mound of flesh that was once the Council of Aldermen. And one tendril slowly pulls Kurt's body along the floor, bumping down the stairs and into the mass of flesh. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Great.
The whole team is dead.
We're dead!
Or
We're all
replaced.
dead!
Very severely injured at the very least.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to figure out what, how we could decide what specific injuries each of you get from this crash. But yeah, that's what this protomatter spawn can do if you're alone with it.
Well,
I would love to not be alone with it ever again.
yeah, I would love to be in an area where I could shoot it, burn it.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
God damn.
that sucked.
That was so
Our
scary.
next team, that's gonna come in and try and
Yeah.
recover this team, and then get. We're just gonna feed this stupid protomatter.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, I was away, unfortunately, when Kurt's scene was going on. So did he get axed? Is that what happened to him? What do we not know?
The aldermen that were there basically tackled him, and they crushed his head.
Ugh. Okay. Well, that's That's no bueno.
Nope.
Oh no.
That's what happens when the guns come out in this game.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
like
that
Kurt.
honestly, it reminds me of. Oh no. The other Cyberpunk game.
Blade Runner.
Oh god, Blade Runner, where like if you're fighting, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Like.
There's a reason to get nervous if somebody pulls a gun in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will, we'll pick that up next time.
Okay!
Thank you all for coming, and thank you, listeners. I have just realized that I was not changing scenes because I was distracted and I was not being a producer and a game master at the same time, so there was stuff we were talking about and our players were seeing, and you viewers, unfortunately, are missing out, and I'm very sorry about that. But...
Yeah,
It will be better
get your
next
shit
time.
together!
It's hard to be a game master and a producer at the same time.
Fire this guy.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, you did a great job.
Distracted by killing player characters.
Yep.
Well, he got us all, man.
Yep.
Got us all. The only one who survived, well, kind of, is the wimp who jumped out the back of the van.
Oh my god.
This this operation is notorious for TPKs. And I was like, is this it? Is this it? I'm gonna look for any way out of it, but this could be it.
Yep. I mean, if there's a character or an NPC that is that dangerous, and all of the player characters think that that person is their, like, compatriot, I think, like, how else was that going to turn out?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when I can't get him, if there's no way to, like, pry him away, I'm like, how am I supposed to... Well...
Yeah, how do you fight a monster made of silly putty in a car going 65 miles per hour?
You're not supposed to.
One
You're
is you take the
supposed
keys
to
out,
die.
throw them out the window, and hit the brakes. That's probably what we should have done. If any of us were halfway decent at anything, we would have done it. But we panicked. Didn't
So
think
Travis's
straight.
next character is going to be a driver?
And then the cars will never come up again.
Yeah, actually.
That's the way it goes.
Are we still recording?
We are.
Okay.
But I am going to leave us off there. Listeners, again, thank you for coming on this ride. See what I did there?